You're listening to the music, so you know what fucking time it is. It's time for another episode of The Jerrad Show. Tonight's guest, all the way from Twitter, it's Rob. Rob, go ahead and say hello to the listeners.
What's going on, people?
We're going to kick this shit down. We're going to talk all kinds of shit. Get ready. Strap your seatbelt on. It's The Jerrad Show. So what's going on, Rob? How's it going, man?
Just another beautiful day in Florida.
Yeah, you know, we got some good weather today. Not raining too bad.
Not balls ass hot.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. I'm pretty fucking happy to be living here in Florida, even though I am, you know, kind of recovering from this sickness that I got going on. You can kind of tell on my headphones. I don't know if your headphones are coming across, but
I hear it. It's all good.
Yeah, man. It is it's killing me. I missed out on a podcast earlier this week, and you know, I gotta get back in here and fucking rock this shit. So that's what we're here doing, man. So I'm really glad you can make it out, and we're gonna fucking talk about some crazy shit, you know, that's been going on this week. Have you been listening to the Fisher Show this week?
When he's live, I have been.
Yeah, when he can show up. I mean, I guess he dropped a fucking day on a Monday, so now he's just doing Tuesdays through Fridays, which, you know, it's kind of every night I'm either really drunk or I'm just really tired and I'm really confused. I'm like, what fucking day is it? Is Fisher on today or what the fuck? It's like 2 o'clock. Did I stay up till 2:30 right now to fucking find out it's a Fisher replay? So, I mean, I think that's what a lot of people's problems is when you're, you know, up that late and you're staying up that late and you're like, fuck it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to stay up and I'm going to fucking call into Fisher and I'm going to talk to him about whatever the fuck my drunk ass mind can come up with. And, you know, when he's not on, I think people get really fucking pissed off. And that's one of the reasons that I've called in plenty of times and, you know, spoke my piece.
I got pissed off at first, but, I mean, I don't know. He does what he does, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with it, though, is this. For so long, Fisher did, you know, so much on the radio. He became an icon, a radio icon for a long time in the Tampa Bay area. I mean, I was growing up in high school, and I know a lot of other people that I knew were listening to 97X at the same time, and he was an icon. Fisher and the Boy, that was, you know, a big fucking thing. I don't even think that Orlando was bigger than him. I think the only thing that was bigger than Fisher and the Boy in the mornings.
Orlando's bigger than him in size.
Well, yeah, definitely. Well, maybe not now. I've heard Orlando's lost a lot of weight recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's got the band going on. He looks like the Al Roker thing going on. Got the still big guy face.
Got the lap band.
Yeah, something going on. He's still got
No
the
way.
big guy face though. It's pretty funny. But yeah, man, Fisher back in the day, Fisher and the Boy. The only thing that could really top that was Bubba. You know?
Yeah. Bubba. Well, I moved down here in 2006, right when he got on Sirius. And I started listening to Bubba, and then that swang over to 97X and all the other shows.
Now, were you listening to Bubba on Sirius?
Yes.
When he was on, oh, that's awesome. See, because I grew up in Tampa, and for a long time, man, you know, Bubba was on the Power Pig, and he's always been on the radio here in Tampa, and, you know, I kind of got my own preconceived notion about Bubba when I was a little kid. You know, he was a little too dirty for me. You know, if I would have, you know, got caught listening to him, I probably would have got my ass busted just because he, you know, had naked chicks and talking about blowjobs and shit. He was fucking wild back in the day. And, you know, when Howard picked him up, he was still pretty fucking wild just because he was like, you know what, I don't have the censorship anymore, so he fucking just let loose.
Do what the fuck I want.
Yeah, so, but, you know, nowadays, dude, Bubba is fucking
pity party.
Yeah, man, I don't even know what to say, really, because I do listen to it still as much as I possibly can. If I'm up in the morning, that's what I'm listening to. Even though Billy Madison is on, and I can fucking listen to Billy, you know, on the internet. I listen to TuneIn Radio. That's what I listen to everything on my fucking iPad. And I still listen to fucking Bubba, though. I mean, it's kind of sad, really, to see how his show has just kind of fallen out underneath him. And now he's got this Shannon Burke guy. And honestly...
I don't know about that guy.
Well, honestly, I've been listening to it for a couple weeks now, and I think that Shannon Burke has enough power and, you know, pull with his voice and, with his delivery and all this, that he can do his own morning show, man. I think he could totally take that
he
spot
does
away.
have that voice. He does have the vibrato, or...
And I think that's because he's done it before. I think he had a show out in Orlando back a while ago. But I'm not sure. I know he shot his wife and his dog out there.
Say what?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, wait, yeah, I did hear about that.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. He shot his wife and his... Oh, accidentally. It was a drunken accident. Hopefully
happens.
Shannon listens to this. I know he follows me on Twitter, and I've, tried to get my plug out on Twitter shamelessly as much as I fucking can. But it could be possible that he's listening to this, and, maybe one day I'd like to get him on the fucking Jerrad Show, get him in the same seat that you're in right now, man.
Hell yeah.
I know I've reached out to Fisher and, trying to get that guy to do anything, even if you are paying him to come into a studio, is like pulling fucking teeth. But I've also, I've thrown out the shit out to, Kelly and Erica over at 97X and a whole bunch of people at the radio station. A lot of people are interested in down. This podcast thing is pretty fucking cool, man. I'm actually pretty stoked to have you here today or this evening because you are officially the first Twitter guest that I have, somebody that I don't really know in real life and hang out in real life, or IRL as they would say on Twitter. But this is pretty fucking cool, man. This is one fucking cool aspect about being in the time that we're in right now with this, digital age and being able to communicate with people and shit. It brings, people with, the same kind of likes and stuff together and be able to do this fucking shitty-ass podcast.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to be here, actually.
Yeah, man. So tell me a little about yourself, man. What do you like to do? I know you like to listen to the Fisher Show when you can. And, what else do you got going on?
Well, I work off shift. I work like 4 to 2 in the morning. So I don't really have much of a social life, so to speak. And like music, listen to probably all the same podcasts you listen to, like the Machine shirt you got on right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm sporting the Burt Kreischer fucking the Machine shirt. Yeah, man. Did you catch Cowhead and Burt's podcast then?
Loved
what did you think about that, man?
It was fucking awesome.
I love that fucking episode.
I wish Cowhead could talk that freely. He needs a podcast.
Exactly, but you know what? Tony Burton is fucking everything up, He's not really fucking everything up because some of the shit that he's told Cowhead in the past has probably been some of the best information, and best guidance that a Hollywood agent or a media agent could give somebody. But, keeping him from a completely different show. See, what I think is Tony Burton's problem is he's like, look, if you have a podcast and you can, have all these great bits and this great personality and these great opinions, then people aren't going to tune in to your fucking paying job and they're just going to listen to the podcast. But that's totally fucking wrong, man. I would still listen to Cowhead probably more than anybody else because he's got that fucking sweet spot on the radio. It doesn't matter if you're a partier who parties all night long, or you're that guy who, gets up at like 7 or 8 like Fisher does and starts his day at 7 or 8, or, you can usually catch an hour or two of the Cowhead.
You're going to be up for the Cowhead show.
Right. So, I mean, I think, I don't know where we were going with the Cowhead show, actually. I think we were just going off on a fucking tangent. Yeah, he does need a podcast, and people will still turn in because he is on that sweet spot. Yeah,
like
there you go.
2 hours a week.
Yeah, 1 hour a week, 30 minutes a week. Just give something to the fans who want to listen to him a little bit more and just want to hear that fucking free-flowing Cowhead shit. Because when I tuned into that fucking Burtcast, man, it was like listening to another Cowhead, man. It was like actually sitting down on a couch and fucking getting to hear him talk about, I don't know if you heard the part where he was talking about fucking Kelly, and he was like, hey man, this chick, she's in my house and all this, and I'm not saying that I don't think about fucking her. I was like, oh, he's talking about fucking Kelly on the fucking Burtcast.
The nanny.
That's awesome. But yeah, man, I totally think he would be a great podcast, and he knows so many fucking people that he could get guest after guest after guest, and I mean even just lame fucking people from around town, I mean Gail Guayardo would be a great podcast guest with all the shit that she knows, and I mean when you're on an uncensored kind of fucking venue like this, anything's could be a topic. You could really get some good shit.
Yeah, he's definitely the best interviewer in this city. Probably Florida.
Yeah, definitely. His interview skills are fantastic. I listened to the whole show. Did you hear the Adam Carolla? He squeezed Adam Carolla in. I guess he's trying to do something on funding or Fund Me Now or something. Funding Now or some crowdsourcing.
Kroll has got a movie. He's trying to get funded.
Yeah, he's trying to get it.
He wants $1
crowdsource
million.
funding. Yeah, that should be pretty easy to do
for him.
Yeah, especially for him. But Zach Braff did like fucking $2 million in 2 weeks or something on Kickstarter, and then the Veronica Mars movie got like $8 million in fucking 22 hours or something ridiculous like that. So crowdsource funding is fucking very. I mean, if you got the name and you can get people to get behind you, it's fucking total, definitely an option out there for if you're trying to get something done.
Actually, have a friend back home in Maryland that just funded a movie that way called Girl for Cthulhu.
Oh no shit! You want to plug that shit? Fucking throw out a website because I'm kind of interested
let's
now.
See, it's called Call Girl for Cthulhu. It's obviously a cheesy horror movie.
Sounds awesome. I'm
By
interested.
director Chris LaMartina, who's a little old friend of mine from back home. I was in one of his first movies that he made with like a little VHS camera and shit called Amerikill. And
oh, awesome! I love the name.
We've been friends ever since. My band was on the soundtrack for that and stuff.
Oh, kick ass, man! Was it like a actual feature length, or did he, cut it short?
It was just under a feature length, probably about 100 minutes.
That's pretty awesome, though. I mean, it was how many movies had he produced before that?
That was his first one. Was Amerikill, but
man.
he's done a couple since then.
That's awesome.
All horror movies, of course.
Yeah, a horror movie, it's not only the easiest one to write for because it's girl screams,
Right.
But it's also probably the most fun because you get to fucking throw blood on actors and all kinds of great shit like that. So, I've always been very into movies and shit like that. I'm a big Kevin Smith fan.
Love Kevin Smith.
I'm big into just, because I'm such a Kevin Smith fan, I'm big in, how movies are made and stuff. Because if you like Kevin Smith, he loves to run his mouth about how movies are made and shit. So, I love how movies are made, and I've never really put myself, to making a movie, even though it's so easily done nowadays with all the technology that's at our hands. I mean, back in the day, 20 years ago, it was fucking impossible for a 14-year-old kid to make a movie. Now, a kid can borrow his mom's smartphone and, cut that shit in iMovie and be done with a movie, a little teaser trailer or something in 10 minutes. It's ridiculous.
That is so amazing today that everything you need is on your phone.
Yeah, man, that's one of the things that I can't get over, honestly. Day by day, the technology that we have today is fucking insane, especially like last week I was recording with the guy Neil, and he's running around here now because we're up here at the Talkwad Studios, talkwad.com, and he's the engineer, and I pulled him on my podcast last week, and he was pretty surprised at this, that I can pull up fucking anything on Spotify, any kind of music on Spotify on my iPad. And and I mean, just being able to connect with people that you probably would never have been able to connect with before, or even get the me and you together and do a fucking podcast. Right. I mean, it's just a beautiful age that we're in right now, man. And I mean, do you think that people, that may they're not really with us now? They may have passed on or whatever. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, do you think that they could have ever fucking really seen this shit coming?
I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, of course, there were certain folks that probably saw it coming.
Right.
But as fast as it came and as quickly as this whole podcast thing's, came together, I mean, what, 4 or 5 months ago, you were just a guy in your bedroom.
Yeah, I was just a guy at 2 o'clock in the morning fucking calling into Fisher Show, fucking, thinking about a podcast. I've been thinking about doing a podcast for a long time, and what really got me on it was actually there's an app that you can download, and it's real easy. You just fucking start the fucking recorder on your phone, and it does everything for you. It hosts it. All you do is put in the name, and after doing a couple like that, screaming into my iPad, sounding like an idiot, getting drunk as shit, because that was the only way I could really get comfortable to fucking, get my energy out and fucking be okay with, put my voice out there and stuff like that. But after a couple of those, I was like, man, this is fucking easy. This is so simple to fucking just turn shit on. And then I started working here, and I got access to the studio, which, I mean, it's financially, you could come in here and you could even rent this studio out for cheap, man, like $10 a show or something ridiculous like this. And
this is a really nice studio.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten a lot of fucking compliments on this studio. Again, we're at Talkwad Studios. Check it out, talkwad.com. You can come into this podcast studio right here. If you just want to sit down and fucking press record, fuck with all your levels over here, $10, man. And that's like $40 a month.
What a value.
And not only that, you can fucking get like the neighborhood restaurant or the Avon lady or someone to give you $20 and be like, hey, I'll give out your phone number on the podcast and you'll get at least maybe 1 or 2 phone calls from it. Yeah. Just by friends or something. It's a fucking awesome opportunity that is out there for everybody. And even if you don't have the $10 to come in here, you can sit at home on your fucking your smartphone or your MacBook or anything. Pop open a recording fucking software and start talking, man.
You could plug a Rock Band microphone from the video game into your computer.
Exactly. Yeah, all you need is a USB mic and you're started. And the thing about iTunes and Stitcher and all this, all you need is an RSS feed.
Yeah. And
those things are so fucking easy nowadays. You can pretty much upload a file onto a website and they'll fucking make everything for you, dude. So, I mean, anybody who really wants to do a podcast and they're not doing it,
you should do it.
Like me for so fucking long. Like for so long, I just put it off. I was like, I don't really know how to do it. It seems too hard. It's so fucking simple. I mean, anybody can do it, man.
Now, with that being said, were you a big music listener before you listened to podcasts and stuff?
Yes, and that's one thing that some of my family hates because we're a big musical family. My cousin actually got into it with me earlier today. I am now so much into podcasts and into talk radio that I kind of hinder my music playing because I'm a musician. I don't play as much music, and I don't listen to as much music. When I do listen to music, I'm always thinking about the podcast. I'm like, oh, that'll be a fucking great filler song, or something like that, or that would sound like a great intro to a new song or something. My mind's always on the current. So I mean, I sometimes I might fucking hit back, some old school Ja Rule or something just to throw me back in the '90s or something, But what about you? What about you? Do you listen to? Has your music fucking cut back since you started listening to podcasts and shit?
Immensely. I don't know if I thought for a while there. I thought it was just me getting old.
That's what I thought. I was like, man, maybe I just don't like what the fuck music is playing right now.
Well, that's a lot to do with it too.
Yeah.
There's total devoid of talent out there now. Unless you're some like bubblegum crap.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the pop shit. I mean, I'm not a fan of it, but I can see where it's, popular and why it's popular and why it makes that money. Like even Justin Bieber's and stuff. I know a lot of people fucking hate Justin Bieber and fucking hate all the poppy shit. But you know what? The kid's talented, and I'm not going to fucking say anything about it. He's fucking a young kid. I know a lot of people are fucking bitching.
I have actually seen Justin Bieber.
Really? What did you think about it? You saw him live, or did you see him?
Yes, Last Damn Show a couple years ago.
No shit. What did you think?
It was before he got the whole rock star attitude or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, totally, because he's in that.
When he was a little kid, he could sing his ass off.
Yeah, man, definitely.
He was like the second coming of Michael Jackson almost.
Yeah, I saw him do a fucking Pearl Jam song on the streets of I kind of want to bring that up right now, but I saw him. It was on the streets of like Canada because he's Canadian, right? And
I won't hold that against him. Love the Canadians.
Some people would, and I wouldn't, hold that against you for holding it against a Canadian, but yeah, I mean, he was a little kid when he started fucking playing guitar and singing, and he really fucking belted that shit out. I mean, I feel kind of bad for even playing this right now because I'm sure there's a lot of fucking people that heard this shit when he's a little kid. But listen to that, dude.
Oh, sorry.
And he's actually playing the guitar there, too.
Yeah, he's killing the fucking guitar. No microphone.
What happened to him?
I mean, he only got better. Really, this is him at what, like fucking age 10 or something like that? I mean, he, at age 12 or 13, he got signed with that fucking agent. And, then he started doing the baby thing and all that I mean, he really hasn't been around too long. Oh, here's that other song. The Al B or something.
That voice doesn't last forever, though. Puberty's got to happen.
Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, it has changed, but it hasn't changed too much, man. It's not like he's lost everything that he had. You know, with some kids, that shit happens and their voice just changes and they're fucked. But Justin Bieber, thankfully, I guess he had, you know, the money and the fucking coaches and all that shit. But hands down, neither here nor there, the guy is fucking talented.
Very talented.
And I can't fucking hate on him because I was a crazy fucking asshole when I was like 18, 19, 20 years old, dude. And
you probably didn't have any money.
Exactly. I wasn't. That's the problem. Is this guy has so much fucking money and all the fucking attention on him. He's just fucking. Everybody's watching every little movie does. And I did 10 times worse shit than that fucking kid did. I mean, he pissed in a mop bucket.
Right. Ooh.
I mean, he spit on some fucking paparazzi's face. Who
They
gives
probably deserve that.
Exactly. You know, I can't hate the kid, you know. As much as everybody wants to, I can't personally hate on him. So, I mean, and he's done fucking all right, enough with sucking Justin Bieber's dick.
Yeah, enough with Justin Bieber.
Anyways, did you see any of the shit that went on with fucking Comic-Con last weekend?
I've seen a little of it.
A lot of
checking out the cosplay chicks.
Yeah, dude, a lot of fucking hot cosplay chicks. I saw like a sexy Sailor Moon. I saw like any fucking
anything you could think of.
Any costume you could fucking think of. Like I saw a sexy Sonic the Hedgehog. Like sexy zombies. Zombies a big thing now, man.
Yeah, I'm kind of over the zombie thing now.
Yeah, I think everybody's kind of like gotten to a point where they're a little stale on the zombies because it's hitting so much.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
But guess what? When Walking Dead season 4 fucking starts back up, everybody will be right back in that shit, man.
I'm gonna give it a chance. I didn't really like last season that much. It was a little slow for me.
Little slow, huh?
I was expecting.
Well, I mean,
more.
you do know that they changed the writer and like the head of the fucking show is completely different. They're going for a more see that a lot of the fans of the comic book
they deviate too much.
They were saying the same fucking thing. It was a little slow. It was too emotional. The Walking Dead book, you get. This is how it is. You open a fucking issue. You're reading it. You're like, oh man, this is a great story. Wow, this is great. Fucking awesome. Bam! Fucking out of nowhere. Fucking, you're like, what the fuck just happened? Carl just got shot in the fucking face. Spoilers. Like, motherfucker, dude. Like, it's just like the craziest shit. Every end of the fucking episode is just the craziest shit after shit after shit. And the episodes that they made, the TV episode, wasn't like that, man. It was too much of like drama. And the loss of a mother and, you know, all this, you know, humanity stuff. I mean, fuck humanity now. Now we just want to see some fucking people go crazy, fucking kill some zombies. I mean, you know.
Kill a lot of zombies.
Yeah, just fucking kill every fucking
everything
zombie you
walks.
can fucking, just fuck it. And don't trust any more fucking assholes. Fucking.
Yeah. All you guys need is yourselves.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a tight group that is ready to fucking die for one another. And that's what it's all about, man. One thing that I saw that was fucking awesome at the Comic-Con, the trailer for the new Wolverine movie.
Have you seen? The one that just came out? Or the next one?
Yeah, it's this one that just came out. They were talking about it. I guess they had a panel at the Marvel or something like that. They had because it came out this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that I haven't heard any buzz about that. Have you heard anything? Are you excited about it?
I did not know about this movie until like last month, actually.
So,
but I do have a friend that's seen it, and he said it was about a 7.
Really?
Yeah.
That's disappointing because I am a fan of the last 2 or 3 of them that they did.
The X-Men movies?
The X-Men movies, and then I guess they did the actual Wolverine shoot-off the first time with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
And I guess after a failed attempt at that, they decided to do it again with the same actor. But I mean, yeah, it's kind of fucking weird, dude. Like, I was looking at the trailer a little bit earlier. I can throw on the audio. Just like the beginning of the fucking trailer is so weird because it's got Jean Grey in it from the X-Men, and she was never in the actual Wolverine shoot-off.
Well, her and Logan got something going on, you know?
Yeah, here it is.
Where were you?
Oh, Jean, I'm so sorry. I'll never hurt you or anyone ever again.
It's too late.
Yeah, that's fucking creepy.
No! You can't hide.
No! So yeah, like he's like I guess he's like fucking running away from the bad shit that he was doing, and he's got like problems and shit, which is kind of cool to see the Wolverine like now he's like battling with his inner fucking human that he, the one part of the human that he has left. He can't get that aspect of his life down, and it's fucking killing him.
And I do think Hugh Jackman is the perfect Wolverine.
Right, dude. I couldn't think of anybody else. I mean, that's only because he's killed it. It's like saying we're gonna make a new Jack Sparrow and it's not gonna be Johnny Depp. It's fucking impossible. You can't do
Johnny Depp carries that costume with him, I hear.
I don't know about that, but it would be a smart move for him to fucking carry that fucking costume with him, because all the events that he does with kids and shit.
Yeah.
And also, I guess he could, just show up at a bar or a club or an event, a private CEO event or corporate event or something like that and make fucking mega bucks.
More mega bucks.
Did you see The Lone Ranger?
Nah, I want to see The Lone Ranger, but I don't know. I've heard too many bad things about it, man.
I've heard a lot of bad things about it from people who haven't seen it.
I heard it's more about Tonto than The Lone Ranger.
Right, and that's, understandable. You got a fucking powerhouse like Johnny Depp playing the supporting character. You're going to fucking run into those kind of issues, especially when you have someone like Armie Hammer playing the Lone Ranger. Nobody even knows
whoever the hell that is.
Nobody even knows who that is. I mean, granted, it's a hard thing to do to cast a movie like that with such a big superhero or such a big character shoes to fill, The case in point being the Spider-Man movie, the amazing...
Oh, the newest Spider-Man?
Yeah, have you seen that one?
It was horrible.
See, I am quick to tell you to bite your tongue, because I fucking just saw that movie last week, and it was awesome, dude.
Really?
I fucking loved it. It was a fucking great movie. All around, all the characters were great. I loved Sally Field in the movie. Martin Sheen was fucking kick-ass. I loved how they explained all the shit with Peter Parker as he was a kid and what happened to his parents and why he was at, Uncle Ben and Aunt May's house. I think that the villain could have used some work, the Lizard.
Yeah, I didn't like the CGI on that.
I didn't like his face. It was very... It was like a human, too human of a face.
Looked like the Thing, but like
right.
green.
Yeah, it kind of had like a just smashed nose, like a Voldemort face. The skin, though, I did see like a couple of like side movements of like the skin on his side or whatever. It was very Komodo dragon like. They did a good job on the skin, but just the face, the way the face was made. It would have been cooler to make him look more like a lizard, like the cartoon, the Spider-Man cartoon when we were kids,
Yeah, from the 90s.
Yeah, that. I mean, they kind of incorporated a couple of things, like when he still had the lab coat on and it was all ripped up, and you're like, oh shit, it's the lizard from the fucking cartoon, but that face really made him look like a Goomba, dude. It made him look like
from the Mario movie.
Yeah, like that shitty fucking Mario movie that came out in the 90s. It made him look like a flat-faced Goomba, and I was like, damn, dude, they could have really done better with this, because the acting was on point. What was her face? Emma
Watson?
Emma Stone.
Stone, yeah.
Yeah, Emma Watson's Hermione, but Emma Stone, dude, she was fucking sexy as hell, as a sexy little nerd. She was Gwen Stacy, man. That movie was good. I don't know if you got to see it, but definitely hit it up on uTorrent or fucking iTunes and take a look at that shit, because it did get a lot of shitty reviews, and I didn't watch it because of all the shitty reviews that it got. And finally, another thing that came out at Comic-Con was they were talking about, I keep saying Comic-Con like the Red Party or something, but Comic-Con, they're talking about Jamie Foxx in the new one as Electro, because there's a sequel now.
Yeah, that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've seen the makeup, and it looks fucking killer. He's like got a blue glow face to him. He's not like green and yellow like the...
You know who else could pull that off, though?
Who?
Wesley Snipes.
Possibly. I think he's a little too old now, though.
Well, now, but maybe Blade era Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, but maybe he was. I think he was a little too hard for. I mean, he was too much of a fucking badass. Electro's kind of a little bit more of like, I kind of got fucked. I got struck by lightning while working on a power line, and I'm not, a superhero, but now I got these powers, and I'm gonna get, Marvel characters in the movies, they always try to tie in like family with the bad guy. Like the bad guy's daughter is sick, or he's, in a bad fucking divorce and he can't ever see his daughter. So now that he's got these awesome powers, he's going to go try and save his daughter or some fucking shit.
This is his only way out.
Yeah, exactly. So you kind of feel like bad for the fucking, villain or whatever, but I don't know, man. I started seeing that shit, and I was like, man, this looks like a kick-ass movie. Let me see if I can find the full trailer online, because they're talking about it everywhere. I go looking online, and they're like, official Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer. So I click on it, and it's a fucking YouTube video of the last trailer from the first one. And I'm like, this fucking sucks. And I almost clicked off of it, and I'm like, wait a second, this is a pretty interesting movie. So I watched the fucking trailer, and I'm like, damn, this shit looks good. I'm going to have to download this shit. So Pirate Bay that motherfucking shit up.
Oh, yeah, Pirate Bay.
And, yeah, I watched it that night, and I was so surprised, man. I really was surprised at how into that movie I fucking got. And then the funny thing is, my girlfriend, I told her, and she was like, oh, that movie, I heard it was bad, or whatever. And I was like, just watch it. Just watch it. And fucking, my girlfriend, I swear to God, is the coolest fucking girl ever. I'm standing in the other room, and I hear her watching it, and all of a sudden she just goes, oh, Stan Lee! She's like, she saw the fucking Stan Lee cameo, and she's like freaking the fuck out. I was like, yes, my girlfriend fucking rocks.
Yeah, that is pretty hot.
Yeah, dude. So she really fucking loved the movie a lot too, which, I mean, it was a surprise for both of us, because we'd both seen, terrible reviews. Everybody shit on that movie when it came out.
I will watch it again just for you, Jerrad.
Awesome. I think anybody listening to this podcast should check it out. Just give it another chance. Fucking, if you hate it again, don't write me a fucking Twitter and tell me it sucks, because, everybody has their own choices. I don't tell you how to live your life.
What about Batman Superman from Comic-Con? That's what I'm looking forward to.
That is interesting. I don't know what they're going to fucking do with it. Are they going to use Henry Cavill as the, is this like a Man of Steel sequel?
Yeah, I believe it's part 2.
Okay, so they're waiting 2 years for the part 2.
And I'm not really that big on Superman either, but Batman, I'm all about some Batman.
Hell yeah, man. Do you listen to Fat Man on Batman?
I do listen to Fat Man on Batman occasionally, and all the Smodcast shows.
Hell yeah. I think I got onto Batman. See, because what happened with Batman, dude, The Dark Knight came out, and then Heath Ledger was the Joker, and everybody fucking flipped the shit. And I'm one of those kind of guys, if you're popular, if you got that shit that everybody's talking about right now, I know about it, and that's enough. I don't need to fucking go.
Heard enough.
I don't need to go see it and all that shit. I'm going to be like, I'll wait till you shut the fuck up about it, and then I'll go see it myself. So, I mean, I did not like the idea of Heath Ledger as Joker and how everybody loved him, so I just stayed away from the whole thing. Until about maybe a year and a half ago, when I started listening to Fat Man on Batman, and that motherfucker, Kevin Smith, he really makes Batman sound like the epitome of a superhero.
Yeah, he can really paint a picture with words.
Yeah, dude, and he's such a fucking fan of Batman, and he's wrote comics.
Green Arrow?
Well, he's wrote Batman comics,
Yeah,
actual Batman series, Whiting Gyre and Cacophony, which are 2 fucking great series. I got both of them. The artist is actually Walt Flanagan, the guy from Comic Book Man.
I really enjoy. I've read a couple of the issues of the New 52 Batman, and they're
awesome. Yeah, dude. Yeah, what they're doing with New 52, I really do enjoy. A lot of the shit that DC comes out with nowadays. So, are you more of a DC guy or a Marvel guy?
I would have to go DC, but I almost despise Superman.
Well, that's easy. I mean, it's easy to dislike a character who's like so godlike.
But he's the flagship for DC, pretty much.
Well, I think
between him and Batman, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, why do you think that Superman has such a negative stigma against him? Do you think it's because he's got that godlike image? And, like, you can try to be Superman as much as you want. You're never going to fucking be Superman.
Yeah, or beat him if, you take him for his face value. Who's going to beat Superman?
Yeah, totally.
Unless you got kryptonite.
Yeah, I mean, or you're fucking Batman and you have files upon files on every fucking single one of their weaknesses. Have you seen any of, like, the animated shit that the animated videos that they come out with?
Like the Dark Knight that just came out?
The Dark Knight Return, part 1 and 2 came out. There's a Justice League Doom.
Which just came out with Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Which I have
sitting
on my computer at home.
Oh, they have a Flashpoint movie out?
Just came out last week, I believe.
No shit. Who's the star of that? Because Flashpoint is like the name of the series for you non-comic book readers.
Paradox. It's got Cyborg in it. And
oh, sweet.
Batman, I believe. It's got them all in there. I haven't watched it yet, so I'm not sure.
No way, man. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that out. I've seen a lot of like the newer animated stuff, and it's really kick-ass. I saw the Doom one. That's all about like Batman fucking. He's got all the files on, you know, all the Justice League, and they're like, you know, they don't trust him with it because what if somebody gets a hold of him and blah blah blah. It's a good movie. It's about an hour and 25 minutes, and it's all animated, which is kick-ass. I mean, growing up watching the cartoons that we watch, and now being able to be this age and still being able to watch cartoons and keep my fucking interest is pretty fucking awesome.
That Batman cartoon from the 90s was probably the best cartoon.
Dude, the
ever.
animated series
Yes.
with Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Yes.
Fuck yeah, man. That
I could watch that on a loop.
It's on Netflix. I don't know if you have Netflix, but they have the entire fucking season on there. And they also have Batman Beyond.
I wasn't much on Batman Beyond.
See, the thing is with Batman Beyond, I was at an age where it was a little bit too
Kid-like.
No, it wasn't kid-like enough for me. It was,
really?
Yeah, because Batman Beyond, I just started watching it again. It's on Netflix. It's real weird, man. It's more dark and like because Bruce Wayne is old and he's fucking dealing with these problems about having to give it up. And, you know, the kid, Terry, he's got fucking problems with, you know, being a teenager and being cocky and all this shit. So, I mean, it wasn't enough to catch me as a kid. You know, it wasn't flashy like like
Too
the
much
Joker.
story.
Yeah, it's too much adult shit, man. It's not enough flash and bang for a kid to, you know, catch his eye. So.
Have you checked out the new Beware the Batman?
Beware of the Batman. Is that
It's a new animated series.
Really?
It's got they're 2 episodes deep right now.
No shit. Is it on Cartoon Network or what's the deal with that? Is you find it online?
I think it's Cartoon Network. Yeah.
You just catch it online or something?
Pirate Bay.
Kick ass, man. What do you think of that guy? The fucking the bearded, the real long bearded guy. I fucking can't remember his name, but he's the main guy for the Pirate Bay. He just went to prison, I think, and it was for something that had It had nothing to do with Pirate Bay. It was like he was hacking into like the government's shit over there, like the Swedish government, because he's part of the whole anonymous fucking, you know.
But Pirate Bay's in North Korea now, aren't they? There are servers in North Korea.
Oh, I'm sure they move their servers fucking all over the place
all the
just to
damn
skirt shit. But I know the guy's from Sweden or Switzerland or something like that, the Nordic countries. But he just got in trouble. The main guy got fucking sent up the road, man.
Have you ever read like some of the responses to their like people, the lawyers and stuff that send them like cease and desist orders? They're hilarious.
Oh, like when
in the forums.
when they fucking shoot them back, they're like, "Yeah, fuck you."
Yeah,
like, basically,
they just break it down to them like, actually, this is legal in the country that this is hosted in, so go fuck yourself.
Well, yeah, and I mean, downloading shit like that, there's nothing they can do, unfortunately. I mean, from my standpoint, like, I could go download as much as I fucking want, and there's nothing that they could do because, A, I'm not distributing it. B, if I do watch it or use it, it's for commentary purposes, or I use it because I'm watching, because I do podcasts and I need for information. It's for research, and that's all classified in the fair use copyright, the whole copyright law, and it's categorized under fair use. So as long as you're, you know, making commentary or whatever about it,
I'm doing research.
Free game. It's all free. So, and I've had conversations with people before that, you know, being a musician is kind of a hard battle to get into because, you know, you do want credit for your work, you know, and people get kind of slighted when they're not making that money for their work, you know. It kind of sucks.
Most musicians don't even make money off of their music anymore.
And it's not about the money anymore. It's more about the people that are going to listen to it, like it, follow you on Twitter, and come to your next show and buy that fucking ticket.
Buy that merchandise,
That's
too.
right. And it's not about, you know, selling the music anymore. The music should be free. That's how I feel.
Dude, I just saw Marilyn Manson last weekend.
Oh, yeah? How the fuck was that?
That was a phenomenal show at Janice.
Hell yeah,
Small
man.
venue.
Hell yeah.
That should have been in an arena, but it was in that little courtyard. It was awesome.
I bet that was sick.
It was great. Sold out. Guess how much for a T-shirt?
How much?
$40.
Well, he's playing those small venues. He's not making that mega bucks. Now, if he was playing at, like, you know, Vinoy or a bigger venue like that, yeah, you're going to see, you know, $25 shirts.
And also $50 a ticket.
Damn, at Janice?
Yeah.
Damn.
But, I mean, it's a small ass
Who else
venue.
was with him,
It
though?
was him and what was the opening band? I only remember the lead singer chick 'cause she was hot and had a mohawk. Picture Me Broken, I believe is what her name.
Okay, some fucking band I never heard of.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're getting, $50 for Marilyn Manson and
He played
Twisted or ICP or something like that.
He played for like an hour and a half though, and he did play nothing from the first album. And like after I got home, I could still think of like an hour and a half he could have played, and I would have been awesome. Nothing but hits.
Damn, so he didn't really hit a lot of his hits either.
No, it was all hits.
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. It was all hits.
No
but
shit.
He still could have kept going for like another hour and a half of just hits.
Sweet, man. That's awesome. Yeah, I love it when a fucking old school fucking artist comes in and they hit like a small venue like that and they just fucking rock their hits. That means they're in it for their fans, They're coming here to put on a fucking show for the people. And he knows that he's getting $50 for a ticket, so he's got to put it all out there. Give these people their fucking money's worth.
Oh, and he totally
And that's
did.
respectable, man. That's really respectable of fucking Marilyn Manson.
He had, he changed his dress up a couple times.
Hell yeah, he went back to wardrobe. Fuck yeah, dude.
He came out on stilts and did like Sweet Dreams.
No
He
shit.
busted out the podium from Antichrist Superstar.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's fucking
It was a good
kick-ass.
show.
Yeah, I heard it was. I think Spice maybe had some tickets or something. But yeah, I mean, damn, I totally couldn't see myself paying $50 for.
I wasn't going to either, but it was like my friend's birthday, and he convinced me to go. It's my birthday. We do this every year. Blah blah blah.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
man, let's do it.
Hell yeah, man. So I
Don't
mean,
regret it at all.
Does he come pretty much every year though?
This is only the second time I've ever seen him.
Okay.
I never even heard of him around here since I've been down here.
Yeah, well, I mean, because I know some bands make their trips through Florida. I mean, especially around this time. It's beautiful fucking beach weather. And then, like, maybe around November to February, a lot of bands make their runs through Florida.
It seems like Godsmack and Disturbed play here like 3 times a year.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they'll hit up Florida a couple times. But another one is 311. 311 will come every fucking year to Florida, to Tampa. They'll be here in the amphitheater. I mean, I think they hit Orlando, the House of Blues, every once in a while.
They're playing this, like, just played or are
Yeah,
playing
they
like right
actually
now.
just played last Tuesday. I was supposed to go out there, but I had a production meeting here, and I didn't really set up my ride and all this shit. I kind of left it all the last minute, and I was just like, fuck it, it's going to be a hassle. It started raining, so I was like, it's going to be too much of a hassle to try and get things to align perfectly so I have a great time at this fucking concert. So what do you think about 311 and Sublime?
I loved 311 back in the day. Same thing with Sublime. I haven't really heard much new stuff from 311 in the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I saw Sublime with Rome about a year ago when they were in Pinellas Park.
Oh, true for what was that, the next big thing?
No, it was them, Pepper, Cypress Hill. It was like a 420
like
show
the
or
Smoke
something. Yeah, it was
Fest
like
or
smoke
something,
for the
yeah.
Weed everywhere. It's
See,
great.
that's one thing I didn't like. I mean, I'm sure the people who've listened to a couple of these episodes now know that I have a fucking big hatred for Rome I don't like him because I was such a fan of Bradley Knowles and the band that Sublime was when Brad was alive. Like, I'm a huge fan. Like, I have this fucking tattoo on my arm.
Oh, right on. Nice.
That's the tribute album from like 2005. They came out, all the bands, and like Pennywise and
Pennywise. I love their cover of "Same in the End."
Oh yeah, dude. I think
That's
that
like
same
their song
that
now.
same album that they put that song on is the tribute album.
Yeah.
That's the if you guys look it up on Google, you can fucking
No doubt,
see it.
singing "I Saw Red."
Yeah,
and
dude,
stuff.
that's a great album, and it really hit home with me, that album, that tribute album, because it's all these fucking musicians that just love the fucking music and love that guy, and just everything that he had going on, and it was the same kind of fucking thing that I had going on. I really loved the fucking band, I really loved the music, and I felt an emotional connection with the band. So this tattoo really fucking brought everything home with me. But this new guy, Rome, man, he really fucking pisses me off because when they came back out, they were just like, yeah, we're Sublime, we're fucking partying with Cypress Hill, let's hits from the bong, and fucking let's go out and smoke some weed and fucking party, bro. Totally forget that, we had some tragedy in the back and we fucking lost our fucking main guy and shit, and this is all for him. If they were to just came out and be like, this is all for him, man, this is all for him. Fucking let's blaze it up for Brad and all this shit. But no. They were like, we're Sublime, we're going to fucking party, everybody's going to come love us again, sing our tunes and all this shit. No, bitch, it ain't your tunes. It's fucking Brad Knowles. Shut the fuck up. I just didn't like the hipster fucking Rome replacement that they got for him, man.
Yeah, well, he's just a beach bum, you know?
That's another thing. He's one of those NorCal hipster kids with the fucking ring through his lip and those square frames, and I mean, not anything against you people out there with your pierced face. I love the piercings on the face. My girlfriend has her septum pierced. Nothing against that, but it's just something about the dude. I mean, I maybe it's because I think that I could do better than him.
It's the shoes he's trying to fill.
That's another thing. Those are pretty much impossible shoes to fucking fill. And it would have been better if they would have just, from my standpoint, it would have been better for me as a fan just to fucking leave it alone. Because when they did come this past week, I, for some reason, got on Facebook, which is a rare fucking occasion for me these days. I got onto Facebook, and there's all these fucking kids that, are a couple of years under me in high school and shit. They're all fucking at this thing, and they're just, none of them were smoking. They're just, surfer fucking kids. None of them knew fucking Sublime when I knew them before. Uh-oh. All right, we lost.
Oh, Lord.
That's all right. We're going to move microphones over to Red. Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's all good. We dropped the mic. That's what happens. We keep going. Show keeps moving. But, yeah, man, Sublime, it's hit or miss, man. It really is.
Do you think they should have changed the name?
Well, yes. Yes, that was one of the main things, is because they didn't want to change the name, They just wanted to keep it Sublime and fucking, party on, not change the name at all. Yeah. We're still Sublime, man. Smoke 2 joints. That's us, man. That's totally us.
You can do that with, a bass player or a drummer. You can't do that with a lead singer.
You can if
Even
it was...
he sounds exactly the same.
You can do it if it was more of the complete band, but fucking Sublime was all about Brad Noel, dude. Those lyrics...
He wrote all the songs.
Those lyrics were fucking amazing, dude. And yeah, he wrote all the fucking music to it. I mean, it's super easy to write a bass line and some drums to some reggae. I mean,
that dude is a great bass player, though.
Yeah, Eric Wilson is probably one of the best reggae bassists out there, dude. And it is true that Sublime is very bass-driven music. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Like dubby bass.
Yeah, and then you've got fucking brink, just that. That's pretty much all the guitar you got. But those lyrics, man, that's what really caught me, man.
And they all came from here, the heart.
Yeah, the look at all the love we found, the fucking if I was a roach on a tree, tell me would you smoke me? All that fucking shit. That's all fucking amazing. I mean, poetic shit, dude. It hit me hard when I was young, dude. And I was like, damn, dude, this is amazing that somebody can fucking put that much of his life. Because you can just, like the shit that he was talking about, the dog and the fucking smoking weed and shit. He wasn't like pandering to weed smokers. He was like, this is a fucking part of my life.
This is life.
So, I don't know. It's just something that fucking really hit hard with me. And when they try to mix it up, it was, unsettling with me. Which I'm sure there's been fucking, people like fans of Journey or fans of Lynyrd Skynyrd, or look at STP bringing in Chester Bennington now. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are sour over that shit.
The song that I've heard does sound really good.
It does. I can't hate, really. And I'm not a Scott Weiland fan anyways, so...
I love his voice.
Well, I mean...
Him as a person, or...
I've never been an STP fan. Like, I'm sure I know the songs, but there's never been like... Yeah, man, I can't wait. I'm going to go on Spotify and put some STP on, dude. Unless it's STP by Sublime. I don't know what the fuck. I can't even think of a fucking song, dude. So, but, I mean, obviously I heard that sigh of negativity that you're like, So, I mean, are you a Scott Weiland STP fan? Or are you...
It's more of a dislike for Linkin Park.
Okay, I can see where you're coming from with that. But Chester's got a fucking killer voice now. I mean, in the beginning it was,
oh yeah,
something I don't know why, and then you got somebody else fucking rapping the whole time.
I think I just had them beating down my head so long over so many years of just the same song,
dude.
the same
sound. 1999 to 2009, it was shoved down our throats constantly. Yeah, I can totally see where you're coming from with that.
But I mean, that first album that Linkin Park came out with, if I had it on tape, the tape would have been broke.
Yeah, dude. The paper cuts and crawling and... Yeah, all those fucking... Yeah, that was a good album, but it was fucking definitely... Crawling in My Skin was fucking shoved down our fucking throats for about 10 years straight. So, but yeah, man. We didn't even fucking get into anything about Fisher or 102.5. Really, we started off with a little bit of Fisher talk. But, you know, how much can you fucking talk about Fisher? You know?
Well, I mean, hey, Fish, he's a cool guy. I like Fish.
I mean, I love Fisher. Like, I fucking love that guy. I've been calling in since day 2, okay? It was day 2 of the Fisher experiment starting in February. 80 was out, and I called in, and from there it was fucking love at first call, man.
Oh, yeah, you were the one that did the prank, right?
Oh, yeah, dude.
That prank was awesome. I fell for it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of fucking people fell for it, and a lot of people were mad, which is kind of funny because now that I'm doing this show and I'm a little bit more active on Twitter, I'm starting to get people that followed me as ADD. They're now following me as Jerrad, and some of them are confused still. They're like, is this ADD or is this? No, I'm like, no, dude, I made the account, remember? And they're, oh, yeah, that was funny.
ADD's not around anymore.
Yeah, but for any of you listeners who don't listen to The Bone, there's a show, fucking Fisher Experiment. I talk about them all the time. They're on from 3 to 5 on 102.5 The Bone. And at 3 to 5 in the morning, so it's overnight. It's a hell of fucking
live show at that time.
Yeah, and it's a fucking hell of a gig, dude. These guys are fucking giving up a lot to they're giving up a lot of their psyche to be in at that kind of a morning and being current and being alive at that fucking time of day is a hard thing to do. But yeah, I mean, they had this guy ADD. He hated fucking Twitter. He hated social media. So I thought it was really funny that Fisher. He set up a fake account for ADD. So I was like, man, you know, it'd be really funny if I set up an account, but I pretended like I was ADD, so everybody would think that I set up a account as ADD. And then I started fucking with it. I was like, maybe I can make people think that this isn't me, isn't ADD, but I can trick them and make them think that it is ADD by posting pictures of the radio station. Because I'd been in the radio station so many times, and I've taken pictures, like, in the men's bathroom at Cox Media, there's a urinal with a Hot 101.5 sticker on it, which I went in there, and I was like, oh, my God, everybody's pissing on Hot 101.5. This is great. I took a picture of it, and then I found it, like, you know, months later when this whole Twitter thing came out, and I was like, oh, fucking sweet. This is a great fucking thing for my arsenal, man. But yeah, I fucking did that account. People got, like, everybody started following me, and
yeah, it was a genius prank, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of people that fucking hated me off of it, but yeah, I got a lot of people that liked it a lot too. So it was fun, dude. It was a lot of fun. Fucking with people, man. It was funny because I would be a dick as ADD. Like I'd like be like, oh, way to stay current, Bob, or whatever the fuck your name is, and I would just be a dick to people. Which, I mean, it's kind of fun when you can get away with it and people don't know who you are, and they're not like, hey, that guy Jerrad Suarez is a real dickhead. You know, they're like, hey, that guy ADD on the radio is a real dickhead. So it's not me. So I'm not fucking, I don't have to feel the fire. So, guess what, dude? I brought in something for us. I'm going to throw probably some music on for this little segment. I don't really have anything planned out. But, Larry the Cable Guy has some fucking chips, dude.
I've heard of these chips.
They are the fucking bomb, dude.
Like, taste exactly like a cheeseburger or something?
Yeah, Joe Rogan's had them on. He's talked about them a couple times. And that's where I heard about them originally, was these fucking cheeseburger chips. And I got them, and they're amazing. You can taste the ketchup and everything, the onion, the pickle, every part of this cheeseburger you could taste on a fucking chip. It's gotta be fucking terribly bad for you.
You sound like somebody talking about wine.
Yeah, right? I mean, there's the legs and the stem of the glass and the viscosity and all this, and yes. But what I have here is Larry the Cable Guy's chips. Now, this isn't the cheeseburger. This is like 1,000 times better than the fucking cheeseburger. This is the buffalo wing. Now I'm gonna throw these over to you. You can open those suckers up.
Check these out.
They're fucking awesome, dude. If you thought Joe Rogan describing the fucking cheeseburger was amazing, the buffalo wing, you can taste the chicken, you can taste the hot sauce, you can taste the butter. And it all coagulates in your mouth to make this one spicy. If you had a little blue cheese to dip in, it would make it fucking amazing. What do you think, Rob?
These are amazing.
They're raping your fucking taste buds, bro.
Yes,
I gotta
sir.
get me some of this. In the background, we got
It's
some,
like Wing House almost.
right? You can taste. It's so perfect. It's like butter and
No mess on the fingers.
exactly. No cleanup. No drippy blue cheese.
No wet nap needed.
Now I might want to incorporate some blue cheese into
little dip.
Maybe a little like even some crumbles over top. Even
Oh.
that might even be just enough to give it some blue cheesy flavor. But damn, dude.
And those are not chips. Those are tater chips, not potato chips. Tater chips.
Tater chips. Get her done. That's how he talks. So, but this music I threw on in the background, some chip eating tunes. It's called Great Mountain Fire. They do some really kick ass shit, man. But this is their unplugged.
It's that mellow stuff you put on right at the end of the night.
Yeah, just real mellow.
You're
Got
trying to sober up a little bit.
Got a little bit of lullaby. Was that like a mobile going on in the background?
Oh, yeah.
They're kick-ass, man. I think they're out of Norway or Sweden or something. But, yeah, chip-eating music. Get yourself some fucking Larry the Cable Guy chips today. I can't fucking find them in Tampa, bro.
Yeah, I have not seen them around anywhere.
They're so hard to find. I found them last night in a convenience store. I bought every single one. I was like, dude, you got any in it back? He's like, yeah, hold on. Like, fucking stocking up, bro, because I'm getting every single one of these. I think you can get them at Whole Foods, which is fucking surprising that you can get something unhealthy like that at Whole Foods,
Look for Jerrad's supply on Craigslist later.
Yeah, I think I'm going to need to just fucking put that shit out. Go to jerradshow.com. I'll have a link. You can PayPal it. It'll be $15 a bag, but
Totally
it's
worth it.
It's worth it. Nah, but yeah, they are fucking delicious, dude. I do love some Joe Rogan podcast. Have you caught any of the Joe Rogan podcasts?
Every
lately?
one of them.
This one with Duncan Trussell. I love
the Bigfoot.
I love Duncan.
Duncan
Trussell.
is awesome.
He is
Ari. I love Ari a little bit more, but Duncan is the
Ari's
man.
hilarious, but I think I love Duncan so much because I hated him so much at first. Because he's got
can you
he's
hate
got a voice
Duncan?
like this, guys. It's like real high. Hey guys, how's it going? And I was like, God, I hate your voice. Shut up. And then after listening to 4 or 5 fucking podcasts with the guy, he's a genius, man.
Yeah.
Some of the shit that they were talking about, dude. I don't know. All you listeners, go check that fucking episode out because it is fucking awesome. They get into some crazy shit about the deepest crevices of your fucking head that you would never even think about.
They go through some doors.
Definitely, dude. And that's one great thing that I love to do with the Joe Rogan Experience is fucking sit down, fucking, open up my mind a little bit, and then fucking blast off into the center of the universe. Fucking stellar. So, yeah, man, it's fucking, damn, we are fucking running up close to the fucking hour mark, bro.
Already?
Already, dude. This has been a great fucking podcast. Every time a fucking Twitter listener is gonna get a hold of me, and this is how the podcast is gonna go, it's gonna be beautiful, man. Everybody, hit me up on Twitter at Jerrad Suarez, Suarez. And Rob, what's your Twitter, bro?
At Rob Hartson, Hartson.
Hell yeah, man. You can hit us up on Twitter. Go to jerradshow.com. Listen to this podcast. Listen to all the fucking podcasts. If you want to do a podcast, come up here to Talkwad Studios, talkwad.com, here in Tampa, Florida. I think that's it, man. Rob, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for a great fucking podcast, man.
Oh, pleasure, man. What about this grand opening, man?
Oh, yeah, dude. There's a grand opening at Talkwad Studios, August 3rd. It's coming up. Probably not even going to get another podcast in before. That's a good call on that one. Yeah, go to talkwad.com. We got a grand opening coming up. Sunshine and Bullets is going to be here. We got like 10 other fucking bands, food vendors, drink vendors. It's going to be an all-day extravaganza.
If you're not here, you better have a good excuse.
Hell yeah. You know why? Because that morning, 50 people are going to get a tour of the Talkwad studio. And out of those 50 people, we're going to draw one person to have 1 year's worth of free studio time here at the Talkwad studio. It's a fucking...
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, dude. It's a steal of a deal. All you got to do is come down here, be here, enjoy yourselves. August 3rd, the Talkwad Studios grand opening. talkwad.com. Also go to jerradshow.com. This has been a long outro. But Rob, again, thank you for being here, man.
Thank you, Jerrad.
And all you listeners out there, have a fucking week.